What do I hate? None of these cars.
It
They're all
probably makes
great.
sense just to start at
You think so?
the first one.
But what if I start putting everything at S and then I realize I got too much at S?
This is why you have to be strategic about it.
All right. We're going to put Aston Martin in B. That's fine. Bugatti, I'll put Bugatti up at S. Love a good Bugatti. BYD, come on. Enzo, love an Enzo, but it's automatic. We don't like that. Ferrari in general. Doug loves Ferrari, even though he doesn't have one. Favorite brand. Ford GT. New Ford GT? Koenigsegg? I'm not into Koenigsegg. They break down all the time. Lamborghini? This one? I don't know. But most of them, I'll put it up here. Okay. No, you know what? Let's put Lamborghini.
If it's just Lambo, then it's just a Lambo in general. It's not specific.
Yeah.
Lucid? No, come on. We like Lucid, but we're not obsessed. McLaren P1, I'm embarrassed to say because I really only like cars with manual transmissions. I really love the McLaren P1. Mercedes AMG 1, it seems like it's overwrought. There's like a lot to it. I'm going to put it down there. No, here. Neo, no thanks. Pagani Huayra, not a big Huayra guy.
Why not?
It's the motor is wrong for the car, and also every Huayra has been spec'd by someone who has no taste. Have you seen Huayra builds? Like they're
a little wild, but that's the point of the car. So
I guess then great. Then that car can be with those people.
Okay.
You know how many Huayra owners are like under indictment? Most.
No, really?
No, but you get the feeling. Porsche 918. It's Rimac de Vera. No, we don't like electric stuff. Rivian, we like Rivian. We'll put Rivian. Yeah, Rivian's there. SSC Tuatara. No. Shmi taught us what's going on with that. 300 SL. Yeah. We like that. 670, 765 LT Spider. Yeah, it's okay. He's gonna kill me. Countach. Very best. 250 GTO, yeah, it's cool. I appreciate it. I don't love the old stuff as much. Model T, come on. Rolls Royce, it's fine, I guess. Tesla Roadster, yeah, it's fine. Tesla in general, what should I do? D or F? You tell me.
D for sure.
Oh, it went to F.
No.
Fine, I'll put it at D. I'm not a big Tesla dude. Prius, great for the people who need them, taxi drivers, etc. Venom F5, drove it, liked it. It's pretty cool. And the Xiaomi SU7, not as bad as you think. There's my list.
Wow.
I'm happy with this list.
What car brands do you think just keep getting better and better and better and really focused on improving themselves?
Most of them, I would say, do. However, some in a different way than others. A lot of enthusiasts would be upset at BMW because although BMW has improved in a lot of ways over the last 30 years, they've kind of left behind what was once a core for them. But the cars are great. Audi continues to do a great job improving. I think Mercedes-Benz technology and comfort and refinement is probably better now than at any point in their history. And there's not a lot of car companies I would point to right now as the very best time in their history. And I actually think that Mercedes-Benz is in that place right now. I think there are a few brands that I think that are not refining and improving quite as well. Often I find it actually to be a bit of a trait of the Japanese brands that don't really take kind of some of the risks that the other ones do. I have a Toyota. I love it dearly. It's not a tech leader. Same with Honda. The Koreans are clearly at the very forefront, and they are clearly always refining and always really trying new stuff and weird stuff and seeing what sticks in kind of an admirable way. You look at basically every other brand, and they have a very similar design language, and the cars aren't that different. And Koreans are like, we'll do a weird boxy thing here, and we'll do a circle thing here, and we'll just see what people like, and we'll do weird technology, and maybe it'll stick, and maybe it won't. And that's kind of been special. And the sales numbers speak for themselves. Those cars have been popular.
Who's buying the brands right now like Lincoln, Cadillac, Chrysler, Buick, Jaguar, Saturn? Do they still do Saturn?
No.
Saturn.
No, but it's okay. It's only been 18 years since the last Saturn rolled off the floor. You just missed it.
Saturn dealerships, and it's been a while.
I wonder then, will they go up in value?
No, they only made disposable trash.
See, I like the Saturn Sky.
That was good. The Sky was good.
That was the one that I remember.
Actually
I was 15 or 16 when that car came out. I thought that was the coolest car.
There was a turbo version of that with 260 rear-wheel drive horsepower. Yeah. Ultimately, Miata was a cool car.
Yeah.
Who's buying those? I don't know. Those brands are tough. They're in a tough spot. Lincoln especially, because it's sad. They really wanted to invest in Lincoln, and they should have invested a little more. Lincoln actually makes some good cars, but they're not finding a lot of buyers.
Yeah.
Chrysler in general is in a lot of trouble. Cadillac is trying to really revitalize.
Yes.
They got Formula One now. At the end of the day, Escalade will always be a big success, and they've always tried to build on that, and I think they're actually in an okay place right now. Cadillac leaned a little too far into electric, though, and I think that might hurt them. But there are people for those cars, but those brands just they haven't for 50 years they haven't quite been as strong as European and Japanese rivals.
Cadillac, I thought throughout the 70s and 80s was supposed to be the Rolls Royce of American cars.
Yeah, I mean, in the 30s and 40s, it literally was.
Yeah.
I mean, Cadillac was the aspirational automotive brand in the world. And American brands in general, Duesenberg, the Packard, those brands, America was the standard of the world in that era. And, things kind of changed and Cadillac sort of lost that. I don't know, the gas crisis, and they rested on their laurels and this and that. You can point to a lot of stuff throughout that era. But ultimately, the Germans showed up and really knew how to build a luxury car. And then the Japanese showed up, and that was another blow. And but Cadillac still has some competent products. No one makes a big SUV like Cadillac, and that's still popular. And those are popular globally. I mean, you go anywhere in the world, and people want Escalades. That's like a thing. They don't even sell it in every market, but they find a way. You see them in Japan. It doesn't matter where.
What types of cars are people most drawn to right now? Is it the midsize? Are we seeing sedans becoming less popular?
Yeah, SUVs are going to remain. I think. I remember 15 or so years ago, Chrysler canceled all of its sedans. And we were like, we're done. SUVs are the future, and it's going to be a permanent shift. And I thought that was really bold. And boy, has that turned out to be true. People don't want cars anymore, cars. The sedan is shriveling. Now, I will say, the popular sedans, there's still a long life left. The Honda Accord, Toyota Camry, and Prius, and the popular cars still are going to go for a while. But the writing is on the wall with the future of the car. It will kind of more and more become a little bit more of a niche product, I suspect, as people just want to sit up higher. And there are no compromises with SUVs anymore. You used to be compromised on ride quality and fuel efficiency and all this stuff, and you just aren't anymore. They drive like cars.
Which car make has consistently disappointed you over the past few years?
Past few years.
Which car make just progressively gets worse?
I wouldn't say progressively gets worse, but I have consistently found myself disappointed with Honda and with its inability to really go out and take some of the risks that its rivals are taking. Honda has 6 core products that are the best in the segment. The Odyssey, the Accord, the Civic, the CR-V, HR-V, the cars that you buy. Those, of course you buy those. But other than that, there've never been a concerted effort to try to improve in other directions. And when they do it, they're so cautious. Even with Acura, they're so cautious. They're not actually going after what they could be doing and spending money to really try to conquest. They're just sort of holding up at the 6-car core and not really taking substantive leaps. Toyota has made a ton of money in the last 10 years with off-road SUVs. Honda won't touch it. Pickup trucks has been a massive sales success for a lot of companies, including Toyota. Honda won't touch it, mostly. The luxury brands, Honda has never funded Acura or strategically given Acura what they need to really succeed. And you look at some missed opportunity there, and that's disappointing to me.
It's weird. Even Acura is another one of those companies where I'm like, what is their target demo? Who buys Acuras? Why would you buy an Acura if you could just go buy a Lexus?
They only, at this point, Acura is down to basically 2 products, which are SUVs. There's a midsize of the RDX and a larger one called the MDX. And the people who buy them, honestly, what it is people who can't quite afford the Mercedes-Benz or BMW or Audi equivalent.
But Lexus.
Yeah, Lexus is there too. And Lexus now has its most competitive SUV lineup of all time. So if I were Acura, I'd be especially anxious right now. Acuras tend to be maybe a little bit cheaper than Lexuses. And there are some people who are really sold on Honda reliability. But if that's your core, that's not a great, you want to be growing.
Yeah.
That's not really a great core to have necessarily.
There are just some car brands out there where I'm like, why do you even exist? I feel like you could have, for the average person, maybe 5 brands, and that's kind of all you need.
In and out. Just the menu. It's
you
5
just need,
items.
Toyota, Honda,
that's
Ford.
what Tesla's doing.
Really?
You
Tesla.
probably could.
I don't know what all
most
these other
people would
Chrysler,
eventually
Buick,
fit into one of those boxes
yes.
if they had
Lincoln.
to.
Yeah, it's just I don't when there are so many better alternatives for more reliable companies. There's just I don't know who's buying those.
Yeah. That is definitely true. Most people would definitely fit into one of those boxes if they absolutely had to. However, people like choice, and automakers are good at style in some cases and marketing in ways that others aren't. And does Audi do anything better than BMW or Mercedes-Benz? Maybe, maybe not. However,
they have a demo.
They have a demo,
for them.
And so the Audi demo wants an Audi, right? And you could draw that. You could make that to all 35 major car brands, right? You could make there are people who want Volvo. I have a lot of neighbors where I live who do not want to own a Mercedes-Benz, a BMW, the showy ones. They want a luxury car, but they want a Volvo because
Volvo people are fanatical.
Yeah,
about their
they
Volvos.
really
I have
are.
never
Yeah.
realized how crazy some
but
Volvo
you
owners
They're
are.
great
when you talk to
cars,
some of these
yeah.
people about their decision, you can see how they kind of arrived at their conclusions.